So hello everyone and welcome back to some more Morrowind here on Twitch streams and later on also in YouTube. So, we can actually go on the start playing again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I played last time around, so I was thinking that we would like to be getting the Hortator name also from the Telvanni. But if we wish to be getting that done... well... let's just try to get this so we can maybe practice this sometimes at least too. Enchantment is probably better for that. Tenho translations. Maybe. Maybe Saten Tenho. Maybe Tenho could be indeed translated as sus. I would... I wonder if I look for Telvanni. That's probably not going to be Telvanni Hortator. Let's see, I've never actually used that search function, so... You have Lord Charles' vote for Hortator. Okay, I already got some vote for Hortator. With Lord Charles, Lord Charles' vote is cast in your favor. Yes, house must be named Hortator. You would normally have to speak to Lord Charles, so I basically just got one of these votes thus far, right? Yeah, alrighty. So I wonder how many more there then is that I need to exactly be talking to. You are willing to take a responsibility and I am willing to vote for you as Hortator. I think most of the other Telvanni councillors will also cooperate, though some might need a little persuading. Master Nelot is ill-tempered, Mr. Tratha doesn't like men. Was it Tratha? No, Trall's vote that I had. And Mr. Serena is losing her mind. Archmagister Gotren is another problem. He will not refuse you directly, but will delay indefinitely that you kill Archmagister Gotren. Arian Mr. Sratra will also be an issue, given your ties with the Imperial Mages Guild. Yes, they seem less directly concerned, but you will need the votes of the mainland Telvanni councillors. Mr. Faruna and Mr. Smithras are not often involved in the political matters. Master Fire habitually takes issues with the temple. Mr. Edale is new to the council. Archmaster Strahl is the one that I only have. He isn't known to be in the Mundus, so you will have to speak to his mouth. Yes, so that's one vote. But because I have the mainland area too, I will have to do quite a lot over in that direction too to actually gain all of these votes if I have to have them all. Charming Rain. The Return of the Rain. Maybe. Hello and good evening to you too, Flame. Good evening, I hope your week has been going on well. Rhythm does fit, yes. But good evening, Flame, to you too. So, Master Nelot, I don't recall all of this, where everyone is. He lives in Tel Naka, the tower in Zadrit Mora. So we could be meeting him over there. I went into the wrong place, oh well. And there's plenty of others that I would need to convince. There's too many people that I need to convince that I wish to be an Hortator. Well, guess there's not much otherwise to it. What time is it? 1 AM. We should be going and sleeping for a little bit longer so that we don't need to be going and starting to travel during the night. Our inner clock goes completely wrong over here when we're just inside. There's no windows in these three things, so that's the only problem, I guess. No windows whatsoever. There was that red low. I was wondering, did I get some sort of damage or something, but I guess not. I don't know why that happened. Kiddet the Warlock. Really? But I'm not a warlock at all, so I'm not sure it's very fitting for me as a surname, just saying. You've just been lurking, or you will be just lurking today, okay? I hope you are able to sleep better today or tonight then, Flame. You're inside a mushroom. Yeah, it's a good question how it smells. These buildings do kinda seriously need windows, yes. And yes, titles don't usually come like that then anyways. It's not really a surname, is it? It's usually other purposes or reason why a warlock is a warlock. Stated as, okay, you are a warlock. This was the Sadrit Mora, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's try to see and visit there, I guess, first, and I don't know, then see what else we are going to be trying to do. Exactly. I will at least wanna be starting to work towards actually... yeah, actually getting this Hortator business done, so that we could actually be Telvanni Hortator too. It will take a while, yes, for sure, but... have to be working towards it. How is it possible sometimes to miss you? Just die. Don't want to be using more of my spell points on you. Not worth it at all. Not worth it. His praise indeed. You have no idea how hard it is to be a warlock, eh? Well, that's why I'm not a warlock. I can't really kill you with flames, so fine. I'll equip this so I can kill you quickly with this. Okay, Leaf Razor is coming for me too, but I'm gonna come and kill you first. Then there's more stuff trying to come and kill me. Maybe the Cliff Racer wasn't coming for me. It just looked like the Cliff Racer would be coming for me, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's fine then. Hey, and good evening to you too, Tajunta. Welcome to stream. For you too. Hopefully your week has been going well. Hopefully your week has been going well. Cliff Racer, I'll be ready for you. Yay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Then I just need some water walking so we can actually cross these waters efficiently. I wonder how high my destruction skill is. 62, 75. Still some ways to go before I can even level them up again once. And alteration is still so low. I should probably really start to be training it with some people. Would be a lot quicker for sure than just always doing this few freaking spells of it. Always takes a long. Everything in Bottomwell wants to kill you, yes, pretty much. I've been doing okay. Okay-ish at the very least. Fireworks best on fire atronities, yes, definitely, Flame, definitely. One more reason to hate Skyrim, cool looking Atrons begins... Okay, a fire lady. Really? You're not dead yet? Be dead. Thank you. I don't want to be bothering with you for too long. I have places to go, things to do, and all. Don't know even how to come down from there, do you? You don't. You just don't want to be getting your rings wet, do you? And there's going to be a barracuda. somewhere over here. Slaughterfish. Well, that was easy though. That slaughterfish died. Me hardly even hitting it. But it already died. At least the cliff racer left me be after that. So, let me be. So that's sort of nice. Can I pick any of this? Hello, mud crab. You're so very slow. Poor little mud crab. So quickly dead. I am carrying too much, that is true too. I'm pretty sure I left some stuff behind too. Maybe I should have left even more books behind, but oh well. Can't be exactly helped anymore. At least I'm sure I can repair something with this. So, I guess I'll do that, at least. Anything else I would specifically want to try to repair? Maybe the boots a little bit. Hey, they actually were fixed. That's great. Barra Paracudas, yes. Doing flips, being good. Got some work done and been waiting for Sunday. Okay. Okay, that's nice now that you guys will have us a little bit of a meetup. Friends isn't a horrible word. He's just different. Leave the mud crab alone. Well, if the mud crab would have left me alone, I would have left it alone. So, I wouldn't say it's exactly my fault that it decided to come after me, but when you're saying it like that, I guess I should go after more mud crabs when you want to somehow be protecting them so much. I can practice my maze skills with this mud crab. So, what do you think about that, Flame? Some more vipers. That's the way that the really the place is that I want to be going in. I don't recall who lived there exactly name-wise, but of course I might go and check it. Maybe. Maybe. Let's do this. Whoa, thanks. You really like doing things that I do not like. Yes. Yes. At least when you say it like that, at that moment, then I had to. Kid is on rampage, we need to save crabs. Also, I'm not the one to talk. I even killed that special merchant mud crab because I didn't even look at him. Don't expose your weakness to her, Flame. There's a scamp going there. You have to use a reverse psychology with Gide if you haven't noticed, Flame. Yes. She will exploit them, will I? Scamp, you went inside the rock. I guess I won't be going and killing you then. Would be kind of a lot to bother with that. Can I do these jumps to have a look into this shipwreck? I wonder if I've had a look into this place before. Probably not. But not 100% sure. I don't see anything over here though. So this cabin at least seems to be very empty. Maybe there's something here that I haven't already possibly picked up earlier. I really couldn't say. I cannot recall if I've been here before or not. I might have been. Just don't know. Doesn't seem to be anything in here though. Other than slaughterfishes. That I just cannot hit with this mace. I guess it's understandable. More slaughterfishes. I hit them, finally. Took a little bit of a while. Let's go and check these. Really not important stuff at all. Nope. Hey, stuff. Not really sure if this is good stuff to go and pick up, especially when I'm already carrying too much, but let's at least have a look. Tackle leaf. Grave dust. Half meat. Trauma root I'll pick up. So really not a lot in here, but not that I exactly expected there to be a lot. I can take the scales off the slaughterfish. Leave slaughterfish with nothing. I'll take that to heart, Sara and Tajunta. I'll use my brain next time. Reverse psychology, eh? Stop playing Rimworld. Better stop doing that too. Never, never invite you to Finland too. This better work, Sara. Well, I'm not sure it works with everything. That's the thing. Especially when we just talk about reverse psychology, Platonis. Yes, I can see through your veil of deception. That's not very accurate, Platonis, of your feelings, is it? So, that's... I'm not sure, it's just... I'm like, not that stupid, Platonis. Just saying. Not quite that stupid. Mud crab. I'll kill some more mud crabs though. I can do that. Okay, this way then. Some more. Just enough magic points to still do a little bit of a water walk into. I need to level up charisma. So it seems, Platonis, so it seems. Didn't you try to convince Kidet to play Morrowind last week, Platonis? Yes. Yes, Platonis did. Quite kind of unsuccessfully on that. And now it would be then better to play Rimworld, eh? I don't know at the moment about reverse thingy. I can't read everything that you're talking here though, so I can also read the portion where you say that this better work. So maybe if it was not mentioned there, or wasn't exactly this sort of a time, maybe, but I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know if I've actually even visited this place before. I don't have a much magic though, so that's a little bit of a problem. I don't remember if I actually visited this place this time around at all yet. I might not have. Yeah, it seems that I haven't even visited here yet. I don't recall where the entrance was to this place. Somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. Maybe it's right there. Yeah, seems like it. Yay, I found the entrance. And we can just bounce into here and see about going and meeting the Telnaka's owner, so to speak. You can't read it. Don't lie to us. You definitely cannot see the chat. I can call you a witch and you won't ever even see it. Not at all, Flame. Not at all. Didn't write those 3 words. This better work. I think you'd be married now. Totally. Could somebody cast a charm on me? Totally. You're doing that too many times. It's very much not going to be efficient. Just saying. Okay. I don't want to be using a stairs, I mean. Why did I say share when I'm trying to say stairs? It's a similar word, yes, but still. I don't know. I had to even look at the stairs and think to myself, why did I call you a share? And I'm trying to say stairs. Don't know. Not quite sure. The Black Clover. What's your book over here then? House of Troubles, eh? Yeah, close enough that stairs to the share. Yeah, totally. Close enough so that you can understand what I meant. The Monomute? Have you ever read The Monomute? I don't recall. This is a long book, by the way. I definitely haven't read this, I'm pretty sure. Okay, fine. I'll read The Monomute. But do you say that? Like in all romantic efforts, you have to wait for build-up before trying again. It's just like trying over and over and again like that isn't really very efficient at all. Just saying. To be honest, when you do it too much, there's even less of a likelihood that it would be happening and working out. Doesn't ring a bell. Yep, I don't remember reading that many books that are this long, to be honest. So, reading. The Monomute. In Mundus, conflict and disparity are what bring change, and change is the most sacred of the 11 forces. change is the force without focus or origin. Oegnith Daheritae, order of PS JJJJJs. Simply put, the schism in the human Altmeri worldview is the mortal's relationship to the divine. Humans take the humble path that they were created by the immortal forces, while the Altmer claim descent from them. It doesn't seem like much, but it is a distinction that colors the rest of their diverging mythologies. All Tamrielic religions begin the same, man or mer. Things begin with the dualism of Anu and his other. These twin forces go by many names. Anu, Badome, Amui Sithis, Ak-El, Satak Ekel, is, not. Anuil is the everlasting ineffable light. Sithis is the corrupting, inexpressible action. In the middle is the grey, maybe, Nirn in the Ethnophex. In most cultures, Anuil is honored for his part of the interplay that creates the world, but Sithis is held in the highest esteem because he's the one that causes the reaction. Sithis is thus the original creator and entity who intrinsically causes change without design. Even the Hist acknowledge this being. What are you guys saying? Your charisma modifier is +5, eh? Maybe. Persuasion or intellect, maybe. Pirate hat and a bathrobe. It's the fact that you have to break your legs if you want to have a higher intelligence, eh? Is that what Visineko has done? Scientific fact, You would be surprised if you break your legs, you'll have 9 intelligence, trust me, it works. You might have to get high too. That is interesting. That is interesting. Anuil is also perceived of as order, opposed to the city's chaos. Perhaps it is easier for mortals to envision change than perfect stasis, for utter Anuil is relegated to the mythic background of city's fancies. In Yokudan folktales, which are among the most vivid in the world, Sadak is only referred to the handful of times as the Hum. He is a force so prevalent as to be not really there at all. In any case, from these two beings springs the Et Ada, or original spirits. The humans, these Et Ada, are the gods and demons. To the Altmer, the Etra, Detra, or the ancestors. All of the Tamrielic pantheons fill their rosters from these Et Ada, though divine membership often differs from culture to culture. Like Anu and Padome, though every one of these pantheons contains the archetypes of the Dragon God and the Missing God. The Dragon God and the Missing God. The Dragon God is always related to time, and is universally revered as the first god. He is often called Akatosh, whose birds from eternity allowed the day. He is the central god of the Serentilic Empire. The Missing God is always related to the mortal plane, and is a key figure in the human Altmeri schism. The Missing refers to either his palpable absence from the pantheon, another mental distress that is interpreted a variety of ways, or the removal of his divine spark by the other immortals. He is often called Lorcan, and his epitaphs are many, equally damnable and devout. Note that Tamriel and the mortal plane do not exist yet. The grey maybe is still the playing ground of the original spirits. Some are more bound to Anu's light, others to the unknowable void. Their constant flux and interplay increase their numbers, and their personalities take long to conceal. When Akatos forms, time begins, and it becomes easier for some spirits to realize themselves as beings with the past and the future. The strongest of the recognizable spirits crystallize Mephala, Arke, Yfre, Magnus, Rupkta, etc., etc., Others remain as concepts, ideas, or emotions. One of the strongest of these, a barely formed urge that the others call Lorcan, details a plan to create Mundus, the mortal plane. Anu's light. Listen to the book, maybe it will raise your intelligence too, maybe. It would be interesting for people on YouTube. Get a reading serious book and here we are talking some shit about being high. This is probably the most important lore book in the game. It seems to be, yes. Considering it talks about actually creating the full world of this place, basically. And we are, after all, in the Mundus mortal plane. Humans, with the exception of the Red God, see this act as a divine mercy, an enlightenment whereby lesser creatures can reach immortality. Altmer, with the exception of the Dark Elves, see this act as a cruel deception. A trick that sundered their connection to the spirit plane. The myth of Aurbis, actually. Subtitled The Psychic Compensation, Mythic Aurbis was an attempt to Artium apologists to explain the basics of Altmeri religion to Uriel V in the early glorious parts of his reign. It quietly avoided any blame or bias against the Lorcam concept, which was still held in esteem by the Sarantils as Shezar, the misdiscipling of the divines. Despite this, the Psychic still give a nice summary of the elder view, and it will serve our purpose here. This version comes from the archives of the Imperial Seminary, from the handwritten notes of an unknown scribe. Mythic Aurbis exists, and has existed from time without measure, as a fanciful, unnatural realm. Aurbis is used to connote the imperceptible penumbra, the grey center between the is and is not of Anu and Bandomei. It contains the multitude realms of Etherius and Oblivion, as well as other less structured forms. The magical beings of mythic Aurbis live for a long time and have a complex narrative lives, creating the patterns of myth. These are spirits made from pits of the immortal polarity. The first of these was Akatosh, the Time Dragon, whose formation made it easier for other spirits to structure themselves. Gods and demons form and reform and procreate. Finally, the magical beings of mythic Aurbis told the ultimate story, that of their own death. For some, this was an artistic transfiguration into the concrete, non-magical substance of the world. For others, this was a war in which all were slain, their bodies becoming the substance of the world. For yet others, this was a romantic marriage and parenthood, with the parent spirit naturally having to die and give way to the succeeding mortal races. The agent of this communal decision was Lorcam, whom most early myths vilify as a trickster or deceiver. More sympathetic version of this story point out Lorcan has as being the reason the mortal plane exists at all. Kira will need a full lot of water after she's done with reading this book, jeez. Yeah, possibly. Yes, it is 32 pages for sure, Reese. Last the Arconian Maid is actually a good contender of this. I'm doing pretty okay with that. I don't have to drink. I very rarely have a drink next to me during the stream, actually. So yeah, it's very rare that I actually do drink during the stream. Which is, I don't know, maybe that's just... Maybe it's kind of surprising that I can talk as long as I do without actually drinking anything in between, but so it seems that I can. Murderers, your autocorrect, they don't deserve to exist. They don't even work from time to time. Alas, the Argonian Emperor would be great. I have 5 liters next to me at almost all times. Slight difference, yes, a slight difference. But yeah, sometimes I have a glass of water where I might sip a little bit of a drink, but it's still like 1 glass of water that I max will have next to me. Hopefully you haven't heard me drink in our Let's Plays, because I do so constantly. Yeah, it hasn't been a bother, I'm 100% sure. Well, maybe I'm just an android AI that pretends to be a humanoid Platonis. I may say that I drink, but do you know what it actually is that I do with that water that I, so to speak, drink? You have no idea. Constant slurping noise. Yeah, no, there isn't. Toyota is just making up things. Anyways. The magical beings created the races of the mortal abyss in their own image, either consciously as artists and craftsmen, or as the pheasant rotting matter out of which the mortals sprung forth, or in a variety of other analogical senses. The magical beings, then, having died, became the Et Ada. The Et Ada are the things perceived and revered by the mortals as gods, spirits, or geniuses of Arbis. Though their deaths, these magical beings separated themselves in nature from the other magical beings of the unnatural realms. Except just now. Yes, except right now. I don't know where that exactly is, but it's the problem that I can't look, especially with Morrowind. I know that if I click into any link, it will 100% just go on down. Yeah, it crashes. Toyota never lies, I can vouch for that. Except just now. But yeah. And of course, I do have to be... should I leave it in DC? I don't know. Maybe someone can enlighten me what it is about. Because I can't see, that's it. Definitely can't ever click outside of Morrowind, because then it will 100% go on and just, you know, Crash Bandicoot. The Daedra were created at this time, also being spirits and gods more attuned to oblivion, or that realm closer to the void of Badomei. This act is the dawn of the mythic, Meretic era. It has been perceived by the earliest mortals many different ways, either as a joyous second creation or, especially by the elves, as a painful fracturing from the divine. The originator of the event is always Lorcan. So about Lorcan then. This creator, trickster, tester, TT is in every Tamrielic mythic tradition. His most popular name is the Altmeri Lorcan, or Doom Trum. He convinced or contrived the original spirits to bring about the creation of the mortal plane, upsetting the status quo much like his father Badomei, and introduced instability into the universe in the beginning place. After the world is materialized, Lorcan is separated from his divine center, sometimes involuntarily, and wanders the creation of the Et Ada. Interpretations of these events differ widely by culture. Below are some of the better known. Yakudan, Satakal, the world skin. Satak was first serpent, the snake who came before, and all the worlds to come rested in the glimmer of its scales. But it was so big, there was nothing but, and thus it was coiled around and around itself, and the worlds to come slid across each other's, but none had room to breathe or even be. And so the worlds called to something to save them, to let them out. But of course there was nothing outside the first serpent, so aid had to come from inside it. This was Akel, the hungry stomach. Akel made itself known, and Satak could only think about what it was, and it was the best hunger. So it ate and ate. Soon there was enough room to live in the worlds, and things began. These things were new, and they often made mistakes, for there was hardly time to practice being things before. So most things ended quickly, or were not good, or gave up on themselves. Some things were about to start, but they were eaten up as Satak got to the part of its body. This was a violent time. Good, lovely little snake. Pretty soon Akel caused Satak to bite its own heart, and that was the end. The hunger, though, refused to stop, even in death, and so the first serpent shed its skin to begin anew. As the old world died, Satakel began, and when things realized this pattern, so did they realize what their part in it was. They began to take names, like Ruptka or Tuvaka, and they strode about looking for their kin. As Satakal ate itself over and over, the strongest spirits learned to bypass the cycle by moving at the strange angles. They called this process the walkabout. From Australia, clearly, walkabout. A way of striding between the world's skins. Ruptka was so big that he was able to place the stars in the sky so that weaker spirits might find their way easier. This practice became so easy for the spirits that it became a place, called the Far Shores, a time of waiting until the next skin. Okay, I'll read the chat in the between. Yes, Flame always has your back. It's good. Everyone is against me, of course. Oh great Akato, show us Anu's light. So Satak is obviously Jormungand. Jormungand, yes. Absolutely, so it seems to be. So, Ruptka was able to sire many children through the cycles, and so he became known as the Tall Papa. That's a weird name, but anyways. He continued to place stars to map out the void for others, but after so many cycles there were almost too many spirits to help out. He made himself a helper from the detritus of past skins, and this was Sep, or Second Serpent. Sep had much of the hungry stomach still left, or in him, multiple hungers from multiple skins. He was so hungry he could not think straight. Sometimes he would just eat the spirits he was supposed to help, but Tall Papa would always reach in and take them back out. Finally tired of helping Tall Papa, Sep went and captured the rest of the old skins and pulled them up, tricking spirits to help him, promising them this was how you reached the new world, by making one out of the old. These spirits loved this way of living, as it was easier, no more jumping from place to place. Many spirits joined in, believing this was good thinking. Tall Papa just shook his head. Pretty soon the spirits on the skin bowl started to die, because they were very far from the real world of Satakal, and they found that it was too far to jump into the far shores now. The spirits that were left pleaded with Tall Papa to take them back, but Grim Ruptka would not, and he told the spirits that they must learn new ways to follow the stars to the far shores now. If they could not, then they must live on through their children, which was not the same as before. Sep, however, needed more punishment, and so Tall Papa squashed the snake with a big stick. The hunger fell out of Sep's dead mouth and was the only thing left of the second serpent. While the rest of the new world was allowed to strive back to godhood, Sep could only slink around in a dead skin or swim about in the sky, a hungry void that jealously tried to eat the stars. Interesting. Has a bit of a problem with drinking spirit, Yes, reading books, Surondilic Chesar's song. This was a new thing that Caesar described to the gods, becoming mothers and fathers, being responsible and making great sacrifices with no guarantee of success. But Caesar spoke beautifully to them and moved them beyond mystery and tears. Thus the Aethra gave free birth to the world, the beast and the beings, making these things from parts of themselves. This free birth was very painful. And afterwards the Aethra were no longer young and strong and powerful as they had been from the beginning of days. Telling lies? No. Some Aethra were disappointed and bitter in their loss, and angry with Caesar and with all creation, for they felt Caesar had lied and tricked them. These Aethra, the gods of the Altmere, led by Auriel, were disgusted by the enfeebled selves and by what they had created. Everything is spoiled, for now and for all time, and the most we can do is teach the elven races to suffer nobly, with dignity, and chastise ourselves for our folly, and avenge ourselves upon Caesar and his allies. Thus are the gods of the elven dark and brooding, and thus are the elves ever dissatisfied with mortality, and always proud and stoic despite the harshness of this cruel and indifferent world. Other Aethra looked upon creation and were well pleased. These Aethra, the gods of men and beast folk, led by Akatosh, praised and cherished their words, the mortal races. We have suffered and are diminished for all time, but the mortal world we have made is glorious, filling our hearts and spirits with hope. Let us teach the mortal races to live well, to cherish beauty and honor, and to love one another as we love them. Thus are the gods of men tender and patient, and thus are men and peaceful, great in heart for joy or suffering, and ambitious for greater wisdom and a better world. We don't lie in here, Platonists. No lies. Have I mentioned my distaste for it already? Apparently, then. Stop reading their minds. Well, at least if you are so capable of reading minds, then you have read my mind too, and you know what doesn't work. And you're doing it just because of that reason, right? So it's all good. It's fine. But anyways, now when the Daedra lords heard Caesar, they mocked him, and the other Daedra cut parts of ourselves off and loosed them forever. That's stupid. You'll be sorry. We are far smarter than you, for we will create a new world out of ourselves. But we will not cut it off or let it mock us, but we will make this world within ourselves, forever ours and under our complete control. So the Daedra lords created the Daedric realms and all the ranks of lesser Daedra, great and small, and for the most part the Daedra lords were well pleased with this arrangement, for they always had worshippers and servants and playthings close to hand. But at the same time they sometimes looked with envy upon the mortal realms, for though mortals were foul and feeble and contemptible, can't say that properly at all, their passions and ambitions were also far more surprising and entertaining the antics of the lesser Daedra. Thus do the Daedra lords court and seduce certain amusing specimens of the mortal races, especially the passionate and powerful. It gives the Daedra lords special pleasure to steal away from Caesar and the Aethra the greatest and most ambitious mortals. Not only are you fools to mutilate yourselves, gloat the Daedra lords, but you cannot even keep the best species, which prefer the glory and power of the Daedra lords to the feeble vulgarity of the mush-minded Aethra. Altmere, the heart of the world. What did she talking about? Damn, her mind is concealed, is it? Are you sure? Shouldn't my mind especially be easy to read when I'm even an AI? It should be pretty easy to just like read the program out and see how it happens or what is in there, so. Her mind is like a maze, I'm sure. Maybe, maybe not. On the other hand, I'm supposedly an AI, so I think a program can be easy enough to read. Or is it not? But so, nonetheless, the Altmer, the heart of the world. Anu encompasses and encompasses all things. So that he might know himself, he created Anuil, his soul and the soul of all things. Anuil, as all souls, was given to self-reflection, and for this he needed to differentiate between his forms, attributes, and intellects. Thus was born Citis, who was the sum of all the limitations Anuil would utilize to ponder himself. Anuil, who was the soul of all things, therefore became many things, and this interplay was and is the Arbis. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. At first, the Arbis was turbulent and confusing, as Anuil's ruminations went on without design. Aspects of the Arbis then asked for a schedule to follow or procedures whereby they might enjoy themselves a little longer outside of a perfect knowledge, so that he might know himself this way too. Anu created Auriel, the soul of his soul. Auriel bled through the Arbis as a new force called Time. With time, various aspects of the Arbis began to understand their natures and limitations. They took names like Magnus or Mara or Xen. One of these, Lorcan, was more of a limit than a nature, so he could never last long anywhere. As he entered every aspect of Anuil, Lorcan would plant an idea that was almost fully based on limitations. He outlined a plan to create a soul for the Arbis, a place where the aspects of aspects might even be allowed to self-reflect. He gained many followers, even Auriel, when told he would become the king of the new world, agreed to help Lorcan. So they created the Mundus, where their own aspects might live, and began the Et Ada. But this was a trick, as Lorcan knew this world contained more limitations than not, was therefore hardly a thing of Anu at all. Mundus was the house of cities, as their aspect began to die off. Many of the Et Ada vanished completely. Some escaped, like Magnus, and that is why there are no limitations to magic. Others, like Yufre, transformed themselves into the Ehnofei, the earth bones, so that the full world might not die. Some had to marry and make children just to last. Each generation was weaker than the last, and soon they were Altmer. Darkness caved in. Lorcan made armies out of the weakest souls and named them men, and they brought cities into every quarter. It is a shame when there's no music at all. Auriel pleaded with Anu to take them back, but he had already filled their places with something else. But his soul was gentler and granted Auriel his bow and shield, so that he might save the Altmer from the hordes of men. Some had already fallen, like the Chimere, who listened to the tainted Et Ada, and others, like the Bosmer, had soiled Time's line by taking mannish fives. Auriel could not save Altmora, the elder wood, and it was lost to men. They were chased south and east to old Ehnofei, and Lorcan was close behind. He shattered that land into many. Finally, Trinimac, Auriel's greatest knight, knocked Lorcan down in front of his army and reached in with more than hands to take his heart. More than hands. What did he use to reach then? He was undone. The man dragged Lorcan's body away and swore blood vengeance on the heirs of Auriel for all time. But when Trinimac and Auriel tried to destroy the heart of Lorcan, it laughed at them. It said, "This heart is the heart of the world, for one was made to satisfy the other. So Auriel fastened the thing to an arrow and let it fly long into the sea, where no aspect of the new world may ever find it. So, that's the story. And yes, apparently they had taken many wives. I'm not 100% sure what it means, but many wives they are nonetheless. I guess we're going to be going upstairs then, on the other hand. And try to find the lord of this place, general quarters. Applause, Kidek deserves a break. Maybe, but there's no breaks to be had. No breaks.
Outlander, how do you do?
I'm doing A-okay. Thank you very much for asking.
And how are you? Can I help you?
This doesn't take me up. I'm very saddened. Well, I guess I'll be going then. This place isn't what I'm looking for. Nope. Can't go up. Well, fine enough. And yes, the story time is over. But yes, thank you for the applause. Applauses. Nonetheless. At least we got the music back. We came from that way though. So I'm like wondering what is actually the right way to go for us to maybe get somewhere where we would want. Interesting, almost like a prison spot there. There's even a book over here. Horror Castle Xur. I definitely haven't read a Horror Castle Xur. Definitely haven't. Could I steal it? Do I have to read it here? Definitely don't remember a name like this though. I'm not able to sneak. Can I jump onto that side somehow? No. I'm not able to sneak. I'm bad at sneaking. Why must I be so bad with sneaking? Yay, applause. No, the disease. Morrowind's music is so soothing. It is when there just is any music, that is. I just would want to take the book. I told you we haven't read this book. Definitely knew that we haven't read any book with this name before, and it's also 29 freaking pages. I really would prefer not to start reading it right now. But can I have some invisibility type of potion or something? Maybe then I could go and try to actually steal it. Invisibility for 6 seconds isn't a lot though. Maybe a really good chameleon's one somewhere. Maybe. Did I have any scrolls with chameleon or something like that? Oh, thank you for the follow, Tony O. Thank you. Hopefully you will be enjoying some Morrowind, and hopefully you have had a good week. Chameleon or invisibility, yeah, I know. And yes, well. Do I have any such things, I wonder? There's invisibility at least for 60 seconds. So it's there. I don't know why they're different names, but so they are. I guess I'll just try to be casting an invisibility scroll then. So this is the name is Breva's Averted Eyes. Not that button. Yay. We have a book that we can read a little bit later and not immediately. So that's better. So where does this then take us? Could this somehow take us forward in this place? No, this is from Sartrit Mora. Maybe it then is actually into that direction. I thought that we came from that place, but maybe it was from the other side. No, that definitely takes you also. Oh, there's a door. I should probably levitate there then, eh? Shouldn't I? Sure. So we can use, for example, the one plate. Yep. you and just find that in here. Then use. So we can actually get over here a little bit easier. Upper tower. Kide's Royal Army. And hello, hello, Tonio. Hellos. Everyone rushes to create, yes. Army of mods. Nice to meet you. Kide's Royal Army. Absolutely. This actually has a lot of levels.
Go ahead.
Hello. Not really sure where to go exactly. I'll check this area. General quarters. This is actually, I think, the same place. Let's just use that again so we can for sure make it all the way on top, mayhap even. See what's up in here. That's a trapdoor. Hey, you're the person I want to meet, I'm 100% certain. We should call ourselves an avalanche. That wouldn't be too inaccurate as us. Hello, Nelot. Whatever you want, the answer is no. Well, why must you be like that? Do you have any chores for me? See, that wasn't a no. I have a certain interest in a robe, which is in the possession of one entirely unworthy. This robe is known as the Robe of Drake's Bride. At the present time, Sen is Tindo wears the Robe of Drake's Bride. She is a servant of Master Kotrem in Delaroon, and a mere child of 200 years. Yes, so young, so young. She does not deserve the robe. Correct this injustice and bring the robe to me, as clearly I deserve the robe far more than she does. Well, would you like to name me as Telvanni Hortator? Hortator? War leader of the House Telvanni? Is that necessary? Why doesn't anyone tell me about these things? So, do you want the job? Are you qualified? Good, then go ahead, I don't care. Be the Hortator. Now go away. Okay, well, that was easy, thank you. I appreciate it. Besides, I'm part of the Telvanni, so shouldn't be that big of an issue if I am the Hortator. Not gonna be going and trying to open in that. I was thinking, I was so afraid that exactly when I would be trying to go across, then that would go away. Hello. Yes, that is a good one, the avalanche. And yes, that was surprisingly easy. Thank you for actually letting me cross. Don't really need to go there. Okay, let's investigate some of the other areas then a little bit. If there is anything in here. Here's this door, but is it... where? Where would this door lead me is the question. But there's no one to spot me if I go and try to open it, so I'm kind of tempted to. The only problem is I don't really have any magic at the moment. Hey, Specky. I hope you're doing well too, and welcome to stream here. Hope your week has been good. That what should I do first time? Haikide. Platon is totally 100% working like that. And yes, didn't fall down at least that time. But yes, hello Specky and welcome. Let's see, can I find good restore magicka? I guess that will do. Even if I wouldn't say it's good, but it will do. Then I can try to open this door when I just have enough magic. Yay. Unlocked. Let's check it. There's books. And some candles. Stuff. Otherwise stuff. I guess this is his private alchemy area or something. Grandmaster of Mortal and Pestle even over here. Not that I necessarily need it, but it's here for sure is, regardless. Guess this is another way to go up. At least as an idea if I'm not stuck into a lamp. Where exactly is this? guess this is the other way that you could have gone into this area. That's probably also a locked door. Anyways. Yeah, I'd just like to get over the other side. This freaking thing seems to be impossible to go across, though. Would this mean that I would have to go from the other direction somehow? Can I not fit from here? I somehow got into this side and now I cannot get out. That is perfect. Fine, be like that. First time Morrowind trending like this, 12 people. That's quite a lot, to be honest. 12 even here then. Okay, but I'm really annoyed. I can't get there. Fine. Let's just use the steel blade then. I got myself into that trouble, so guess I deserve that. Hey, who are you? Are you scouting? No, you're raiding. Hello. I would like to know what book you are reading. Can I see what book you are reading? Let's just cast the levitation again. I don't know. It's a pretty book, but I don't know what book that is supposed to be. Like, Curiosity Killed the Cat is almost something that can happen there. I don't know which... Okay, this is this door. Fine. Good. Then I can go back into where we were. Which was... Was it here? I think so, yeah. So, did I want something from here? Maybe. And yes, fancy rope too. We wait for that cyclone to see when and if it hits my area. I hope you are going to be safe then, Specky. If you're having to be waiting for that. You found Dakot. You couldn't get back because no magic and no teleport spells. Jumped in lava. Good. But I don't think I've actually ever killed Dakot, so do not spoil that for me. After that, I always play with the fair region mod. Well, yeah, that is something that I don't play with. What are you reading? Ah, yes, because we are then soon going to be falling to our death. That's good. I don't know. I like the lantern paper, but should I really be stealing it from here? So he will have no light to do any magic with. I don't think I wanna be doing that. It seems a little bit too mean to go and just steal it. Do I have magicka for levitation? No, not in this steel blade anyways. Fine. What then? What would be solving this issue then? My levitation problems. I did possibly have a couple of potions that I can just use. Yeah, let's use that. That's going to be just fine. Then we can quickly at least explore a little bit more. What books do you have? Mage Guild. Caleron the Mystique. I don't see what that book is. I'm sorry, I would like to go and see it. The final lesson? I was thinking that this definitely isn't a book that I remember ever reading about. Fine, I'll read this one. This isn't at least as long. Where the hell is Gidepot? I don't know. Gidepots don't exist yet. I don't know if there is Gidepot when I'm already an Gide android AI. Oh yeah, horrible tentacle monster, okay. Yeah, okay, fine enough. Don't like that. You mean... And yes. Jumped in lava, good. I'm sorry that you can't add that to the quotes, Vissinekku. That would be a good quote though. You are correct on that. I just really need to go and do it at some point for sure, Reese. But it sounds good, like as an idea. Certainly, it seems healthy. But anyways, the final lesson by Icaratius Scott. It is time for you to leave your apprenticeship here, said the great sage to his students, Taximan von Kulak. So soon, cried von Kuldak, for it had been but a few years since the training began. Are we sus poor pupils? We have learned much for you, master, but you have no more to teach us? Daxim asked. You have told us so many tales of great enchanters of the past. Can't we continue to learn until we have reached some level of their power? I have one last story for you, smiled the great sage. Many thousands of years ago, long before the Serentilic dynasty of the Reman, and even longer before the Septim dynasty ruled Tamriel, and before there was a mages guild, and when the land called Morrowind was known as Erethstein, and the land of Elswire was called Anequin and Pelitine. And the only law of the land was the cruel ways of the Alessian doctrines of Maruk. There lived a hermetic enchanter named Dalak, who had two apprentices, Utrak and Lorette. Utrak and Lorette were remarkable students, both equally assiduous in their learning, the bride of their master, both excellent at the arts of the cauldron, mirror casting, the infusions of spirits into mundus, and the weaving of air and fire. Dalak was very fond of his boys, and they of him. On a springtide morn, Dalak received a message from another enchanter named Beotil, who lived deep in the forest of the Colovian heartland. You must remember that in the dark days of the First Era, mages were solitary practitioners. I can't say that then immediately well enough. Practitioners. With the only organized consortium being the physics of the Artium. Away from that island, mages seldom saw one another and even more rarely corresponded. Thus, when Dalak received Beotil's letter, he gave it his great attention. Beotil was greatly aged, and he had found the peace of his isolation threatened by the Alessian reform. He feared for his life, knowing that the fanatical priests and their warriors were close at hand. Dalak brought his students to him. It will be an arduous and perilous journey to the Colovian estates, one that I would fear partaking even in my youth, Dalak said. My heart trembles to send you two forth to Beotil's cave, but I know that he is a great and benevolent enchanter, and his light must continue to burn in the heart of the continent if we are to survive these dark nights. Utrak and Lorette pled with their teacher not to order them to go to Beotil. It was not the priests and warriors of the Alessian reform they feared, but they knew their master was aged and infirm, and could not protect himself if the reform moved further westward. Finally, he relented and allowed that one would stay with him and the other would journey forth to the Colovian estates. He would not let them decide which of them would go. The lads debated and discussed, fought and compromised, and at last elected to let fate make the choice. They threw lots, and Lorette came up short. He left early the next morning, miserable and filled with fear. For a month and a day, he tramped through the forest into the midst of the Colovian estates. Through some planning, some skill, and much assistance for sympathetic peasants, he managed to avoid the ever-tightening circle of the Alessian reform by crossing through unclaimed mountain passes and hidden bogs. When at last he found the dark caverns where Dalak had told him to search for Beotil, it was still many hours before he could find the enchanter's lair. No one appeared to be there. Lorette searched through the laboratory of ancient tomes, cauldrons and crystalline flutes, herbs kept alive by the glow of the mystic circles, strange liquids and gases caught in transparent membranes. At last he found Beotil, or so he presumed. The desiccated shell on the floor of the study, clutching tools of enchantments, scarcely seemed human. Lorette decided that he could do nothing further for the mage, and began at once the journey back to his true master, Dalak, and his friend Utrak. The armies of the reform had moved quickly since he passed. After more than one close near encounter, The young enchanter realized that he was trapped on all sides. The only retreat that was possible was back in the caves of the Beotil. The first thing to be done, Lorette saw, was to find a means to keep the army from finding the laboratory. That, he found, was what Beotil himself had been trying to do, but by a simple error even an apprentice enchanter could recognize, he had only succeeded in destroying himself. Lorette was able to take what he had learned from Dalak and apply it to Beotil's enchantments, quite successfully. The laboratory was never found or even detected by the reform. Much time passed in the 418th year of the First Era. The great Aidan Direni won many battles against the Alessian horde, and many passages and routes that had once been closed were now open. Lorette, now no longer young, was able to return to Dalak. When at last he found his way to his master's old hovel, he saw candles of morning lit in all the trees surrounding. Even before he knocked on the door and met his old fellow student Utrak, Lorette knew that Dalak had died. "It was only a few months ago," said Utrak after embracing his friend. "He thought of you every day of every year you were away. Somehow he knew that you had not preceded him to the world beyond. He told me that you would come back." The grey-haired man sat before the fire and reminiscent of the old days. The sad truth was that they both discovered how different they had become. Utrak spoke of carrying on the master's work, while Lorette described his new discoveries. They left one another that day, each shaking his shaking his head, destined to never see one another again. In the years ahead, before they left the mortal world to join their great teacher Dalak, they both achieved their desires. Utrak went to become a respected, if minor, enchanter in the service of Clan Direni. Lorette took the skills he had learned on his own and used them to fashion the Balak Turm, the Staff of Chaos. Isn't Staff of Chaos one of the very, very, very powerful items? Was it even in the real Barensia book? I'm not sure. Was it the Staff of Chaos? My boys, the lesson is you have to learn from a teacher to avoid those small but essential errors that claimed the life of such self-taught enchanters as Beotil. And yet, the only way to become truly great is to try all the possibilities on your own. It was a good story. Good little story. And yeah, sounds at least powerful, that stuff. Oh, and hello, Jim. Welcome to stream for you too. Sorry that I didn't go and say hello to you before, because I wanted to read this book to the end, but can say at least now. So. And yes, Morrowind story times. Hopefully your week has been good, Jim. It wasn't a book about Australia. There was a walkabout mentioned though, so something of Australia in that sense. You have missed something. There was a walkabout mentioned. And yes, Anu's light. Wondered for a while because sounds powerful and kind of chaotic, that weapon, yes. And yes, what sort of souvenirs did your parents actually bring to you? I like you don't interrupt story time just for any old fool who wanders in. You wouldn't be just any old fool, Jim. Don't say like that. I just wanted to read it to the end when we were... it wasn't that long a book. Alcohol and chocolate, eh? Finland has Vatser and you get your chocolate from Estonia. Just saying the truth, Jim. Jim ain't no fool. while I have my levitation, I'm just gonna be continuing, but we are already down here, so that's all good. At least we got one Telvanni boat in the meantime. Then I would need to figure out where all I need to go to get more votes. More votes to become the Hortator. Of course, we also got another quest from that fellow himself, but anyways. Okay. I guess I could be sailing to the next location, whichever place then it exactly should be. I guess we'll see. At least Sadatrit Mora Lord has given their vote, so that's a good start nonetheless. One of the millions of the votes that we need. One of them at least. More older and foolish by the minute. Well, then that's true for me too, Jim. I'm getting older in the minute, or by the minute, every minute. That happens to everyone. For sure we is. And well, fool, maybe. Yes, alcohols of course, and then some chocolates. Well, Marabou is Swedish chocolate. It's good chocolate, but it's Swedish. It's not Finnish. Marabou is no Finnishness at all. Where do I wanna go? Where? Thank you for the shears, Jim, and a lot of lucky flowers. And yes, Marabou. Swedish. Yes, indeed. Telvanni Hortator. So I have a couple of votes. I need a lot more though. Let's start from here then. So Archmagister Gotrem I probably will have to kill. This was Master Nelot, whose vote we got. Then there's Mr. Dratha. Is the oldest living Telvanni counselor, is sustained by the necromantic arch. She dislikes men of all races, though I do not know why. You may find her in her tower in Telemora. Yep. Well, just saying, it's Swedish. It's definitely not Finnish chocolate. I don't believe Kira is not getting constantly younger. Yeah, that's not quite happening though, unfortunately. Does that happen to you, Visineko? Shouldn't you then be also constantly getting younger when you're actually like, when you stream too? Clearly you should. It would be sweet if that could happen. I even had like, when I was 9 years old, we visited with my parents in Turk. We visited in Pamukkale and so on and forth in Turk as well. And there was supposedly the water spring that if you drank the water from that spring, it would make you 10 years younger. I didn't drink it in 9 years old, because after all, if I would drink it as a 9-year-old, I would go into non-existence. But as an idea, that could also work if that would actually make you younger. But I don't know about that. Did I lose much in life if not drinking alcohol anymore? Well, I haven't lost anything. Well, that's what just was saying, that it's supposed to be a youth spring, as in making you 10 years younger, so. Drinking infants from a goat skull does wonders for your age. Okay, Visineko, okay, I gotcha. Okay. And yeah, that's Mrs. Secret. Virgin blood too. Pamukkale is something that messes with my Finnish brains that used to snow. Been there too and had some of that water. Oh, you had that water even. At least you weren't 9 years old, were you, Jim, at the time? But yeah, Pamukkale is a beautiful place. I'm not sure exactly if I should be saying it like that in English, but it's a beautiful place. For sure is. I would like to visit there one day again. So long as you're living your life to the full, being unafraid of what you say and able to let go of the day to day to get some perspective, then no, you don't need to drink. But I need a little help and it tastes good. Well, it's good that you enjoy it, Jim. It's good that you enjoy it. What was the place we wanted to go into? Was it Telvanni? I think it was.
I'm waiting.
Yes. You are waiting. I'm pretty sure it was this place that I needed to come and visit too. So... if I only remembered what would be the best way to go actually... Telvanni Lower Tower is sort of in here, so I guess this should work. No, not quite this. I guess I would need to get more up.
How are you? Can I help you?
No, I don't think you can exactly help me.
I could kill it.
Yes, I'm sure you could kill many. I'm like trying to figure out this place again, especially when it's dark. It's even more difficult sometimes to completely understand how to try to travel this place. Or where exactly would be the entrance. I'm pretty sure it's not in this direction, but I'm just coming here to see if I can... maybe from there. There's a door there after all. Maybe that could help me get where I want, as in actually into the tower. Just in an interesting spot, sort of. Yeah, I think this should be good. You would need my approval, eh? You can drink. It's not like I'm gonna be drinking that much. I'm sure Kitty approves of the not drinking. Yes, totally. Not drinking is totally a-okay. Just drink to have fun. It completely depends on the person, obviously enough. Like, for some it's not really that good. For some it's totally a-okay. I wonder who that person is who is standing there. But anyways, I'll go and visit in the tower at least first, before wondering about that person. Also it tastes good, as Jim said, eh? Yes, I can believe that. Affairs of the Wizards. Righty.
May I help you out?
Greetings, Dunmer.
I wonder where there would actually be a way for it. There is an upper area there, but is it actually going to help me or not? I don't know. Do I have any charge on this yet? Well, basically minimally. Maybe I could once cast that. It probably isn't worth it to me to actually cast it though. Levitations. Let's see, actually using a spell of the kind. Sure, I guess. Yes, I have my hands up and ready for spell casting. Well, there's some carpets around the place. Well, this might be the right way. Let's get up first. Yeah. Tower services. What's that? I don't know. Doesn't seem that there's any way to go more up in here at the very least.
Go ahead, Outlander.
I guess just spells and spell makings and sus. Party girls, eh? But yeah, basically, I do sometimes drink the Smirnoff Ice or something, but it's very, very rarely. Like maybe twice a year I drink one drink, which is really not a lot. Drinking social slows me down. I'm just trying to read everything through relatively quickly, so I can also continue playing Morrowind. Parties are so dull without it, eh? I need to travel in Telvanni Hortator. Let's forget all my levitation spells and complain about it later. I didn't, though. I haven't forgotten my levitation spells. I just didn't have magic previously. So, I don't really understand your meaning in this. What sort of spells do you happen to have? Lots of trains. Then there's reflect. Train. Summon, frost damage. Could get something like that, I guess. Definitely I'm not good enough in summoning magic conjurations. I have not read this damnable book yet. I hate this book sometimes. The 36 Lessons of Vivek, Sermon 24. Lists are usually not long, but anyways. Then Vivek left the House of Assassins and went back to the space that was not a space. From the provisional house, he looked into the middle worlds to find the third monster called Horde Mountain. It was made of the modular warriors running free but spaced according to pattern, and from the highest warriors who could cut clouds, they spread out beneath him like a tree. A skirt whose bottom circle was an army that ran through the ash. Vivek admired the cone shape of his child and remembered with joy the whirlwind of fighting styles that instructed him during the days before life. Vivek moves into Velot, saying, Onus. As you do. But before he could even get within a sword span of the monster, a trio of lower houses had trapped Horde Mountain in a net of doubtful doctrine. When they saw their lord there, a fellow cheered. We are happy to serve you and win, they said. Vivek smiled at those brave souls around him and summoned celebration demons and cleave on to the victors. Oh, there's actually celebration demons as well. Did you know that? There was a great display of love and duty around the netted monster, and Vivek was at the center with a headdress made of mating bones. Bones made too. He laughed and told mystical jokes and made the heads of the three houses marry and become a new order. So, what type of jokes are mystical jokes? I don't know. You guys chat so much. Snowflakes meeting. That can never happen. Have you seen what happens when two snowflakes meet? Mush, so mush. That is true. It is too much of a mush if two snowflakes meet. Not good. If it's board made game meetup. Now that sounds like a party. Learn Russian. I don't know about that. Except it doesn't sound like a party, which makes it better. Yes, that does make it better. This is the Irish cream talking, okay. Now that you mentioned it, I was looking to order the board game called Skite. Introduced to more advanced board games at work and my mind was blown. It was too much fun. Yay. I don't know what that board game is, but sounds interesting. After New Year. I don't go and I don't know if I can really be promising anything of the sorts for sure is. But board games would be the way to meet up as sus. It's just the problem where would that exactly be and yeah, everything. Not most places can have a big enough place for it as a meetup either. My place definitely isn't big enough. Spiders from Australia, no. Jim Chip isn't all the way in Australia after all right now. Half of all time. Yes, that's kinda true. So, you shall forever be now my buoyant armatures, he said. Then Vivek pierced Horde Mountain with Muatra and made of it all the big bag of bones. At the touch of his right hand, and the net became right scripture, and he threw it all northeasterly. The content spread out like sugar clothes, and Vivek and the buoyant amateurs ran under it laughing. Of course, as they do. Finally, the bones of the Horde Mountain landed and became the foundation stones for the City of Swords, which Vivek named after his own sigil, and the net well across it all and between, or became as birches between bones. And since its segments had been touched by his holy wisdom, they became the most perfect of all city streets in the known worlds. Throngs of Velothi came to the new city, and Am and Set gave in their blessings. The streets were filled with laughter and love and the full strength of three-shaped enemy children. Am said, "To my sister brother's city I give the holy protection of House Indoril, whose powers and thrones know no equal under heaven." Wherefrom came the Hortator that said, "To my sister brother's city I give safe passage through the dark corners still left of Molak Bal, and I give it this spell as well. Sot Hasil, which is my name, to the mighty. It will protect the lost unless their flight is on purpose and fill all the roads and alleys with the mystery paths of the civilization, and give the city a mind and make it a conduit to the full concentrate of the Amsivi." So much reading too. Especially with the third book already, Amsivi. Thus was founded the city of Vivek in the days of Rastania. The ending of the words is Amsivi. Amsivi is... contagious. We all meet in Finland. Language barrier is real. Parksian modular. That would be useful. Something of a like. Darkest Darkness. I have read such a book already, I'm pretty sure. So I do not require reading that.
May I help you, Outlander?
No. I'm missing Wolf Queen Book 8. Why can't you sell this book to me? I need this book. Do you understand me? I need this book. Could you be so kind as to turn this away around? That would be nice. I need that book. Otherwise we can never read the full screen books. Sell me this book, yes. With Haikire. Well, there is a lot of reading for sure, at least for today. And read chat. Yes, pointing and universal hand signals. Now you have the business, yeah. I need this person to at least turn first. Then I can hope to actually do something or another to hopefully be able to steal that book. Come on, it's not too big of a deal to turn towards your bed, right? You have nice little trees here and everything. Come on. Truly. What do I need to do to make you turn? Just... You usually always turn. But now you don't wanna be turning when I really would be requesting it. Can I jump on your head? Would that make you turn? I was able to jump on your head. Can I sneak here? Not really efficiently, no. How unfortunate. Welp. That didn't work. And yeah, hand signals can get you surprisingly far for sure. Yeah, I remember reading about them thinking that the OK symbol would be like that, but yeah, that's a little bit silly. %90 Mandarin. Well, hey, it's good. Yeah, quite the achievement for an English speaker for sure. Come on, just turn. It's not that much to ask. Is it? couldn't even reach that book from here. How am I sneaking in this position like ever? Is my question, but okay, I guess I can try that. Let's cast invisibility and then try to do this. I guess. Because apparently I somehow was hidden. I don't wanna be grabbed. I just wanna go. I wonder if everyone else would be hostile towards me, but I was even invisible. Why did they see me? Why? You're not hostile to me, are you? No. Make amends. Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone wants me to now make amends because I stole something, but I was sneaking. I was sneaking, clearly. How is it not okay when I was sneaking?
Please, go ahead, Outlander. I'm listening.
I can get this book to next room and steal it there. At least this time around you turned. Last time around it took you forever to even turn a little bit. So maybe I could try to do it this time around from the other side. Maybe. At least I can hope so. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but I think it should be easier from that side, at least as an idea. What was the thing? It was the averted eyes. At least to have you turned into that direction, I think is still better in general. I just so suck with any type of sneaking.
There's someone watching.
Why? Why do you spot me immediately? Why? I just want the book so I can read it later. What are you guys saying? Confessions, yeah? Don't make me emoji you, Platonis. Emoji in that way. What? Jimbo. Okay, I don't quite understand that either, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not good with emotes. Just take it to another room, yeah. I just want that book so we can read that series easily in the future. That's the only reason I'm trying to specifically get this done. But at the moment, I am sneaking. I got it. I got it. Finally, I got it. Invisibility is worth it when we can get that book. Good. I'm happy.
May I help you, Outlander?
Now then, no one else have books that I want, please. I'm happy if you don't. Okay? Sleep, silences, all sort of stuff like that. It's totally a-okay. I don't like to be doing the save and then load when failing, but we just wanted that book. Stealth works in turns in Morrowind. She checks every 3 seconds for nearby characters with stealth skill. Yay for loot emote. Let's get a loot in peace. Totally. I still need to figure out where is the main person that I'm supposed to be meeting in this place, because this is the tower services, yeah, sure, but that doesn't exactly solve the situation where it's actually the person that I'm supposed to try to go meet in here. Maybe she's not here. Pala, okay. Pala number 2 book, fine, I'll steal that book too, because freaking A, there's too many books that we apparently have never even read one part before. Pala definitely isn't a book that I've seen before. Any type of Pala book is something that I haven't ever seen previously. Sadness. Oh, Telmora. That doesn't help me either to actually try to get to the place I'm trying to get. Well, maybe that can be in a spot where I can easier get to the door I want to get. Surely that wasn't the person I wanted to talk to, right? No, it wasn't. There was the door here. Okay, let's see where this goes. Velensrahti book thief extraordinaire, yes. And yay, books. Books, all the books. Yes, new book sells way better. Yes, definitely, absolutely. Yeah, I think this might be taking us closer to the place I wanna get into. I hope so anyways. Upper tower, yeah. Seems like it. You got way more books in here too.
Okay, I'm listening.
Please no books that I need or haven't ever read before. Of course I haven't read this freaking book before. And it's a 21-page book. Woohoo. Would you mind if I take the book? I think you would mind. That's the problem. You would mind, wouldn't you? As sad as it is, you would mind me taking that book. You definitely might be taking that book. At least it's not the full Queen book number 8, which I've been looking for ages. But it's a book that I easily can forget now completely to actually go and read in the future.
Of course.
So that's a problem nonetheless. Hello, hello. Telmora.
I help you, Outlander?
No, doesn't seem that this is going to take me anywhere forward or any more forward in here. Oh yes, you are. Oh frick, I think it's a man. It's wearing a man's skin. For now, listen very carefully. There is nothing wrong with males. There's nothing wrong with rats, per se. I just don't like males or rats. So I think you'd best be going while you can. So, I asked Mr. Stratra if she would vote for me as a Hortator of House Telvanni, as he wouldn't even listen to my story. I hope I can find some way to improve her disposition before I try again. Do you want some money? What do you want? Dratha, what would you wish from me? The Book Thief is 2005 historical novel. You're weirding Jim out big time tonight. Yes, apparently. Yes. Well, could you tell me how might I get Rata to like me? Do you want money? I can give you money. See? Money? Money is good. There you go, 78. Could you listen to me, please? You don't still like me. You actually lost some of that because you noticed again that I'm a man. You take my money though, but yeah. Otherwise you then hate me, absolutely just hate me. I can't get that any higher than this way, so if this doesn't work then we have to do something else. Yeah, you like sharing, but you don't like talking to me. Oh, feck, I think it's a man. Hurl yourself at her feet and plead for a hearing. Strike a manly pose and wink invitingly. Leave before something terrible happens. This is so much easier if you're playing a female. Yeah, clearly. How do I make you like me? Do you want money? Too many brothels of Orchidea, it seems. So it seems. I am weirded. Or weirded even. Many pose for the win. Manly pose. The second one, obviously. Strike a manly pose and wink invitingly. Do you guys want me to do that? Let's make terrible things happen. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that will go so wrong. This probably is the one which, if we want the position not go really low, is the one that we should be doing, but It has never failed for me. Fine. I shall do what you wish. Strike a manly pose and wink invitingly. Well, aren't you the cutest thing? And that wink is so adorable. I must have it. Here? Hello? Who's on duty? I need someone to hold this fellow's head while I coach that cute little winking eye out. I can't spoil it. Kappa. Yeah, thank you, Jim, for the cheers, but I don't know if this was really the thing that we should have done. So we have a too cute of an eye, apparently. Too adorable of an eye. Goodbye. Apparently there's no guys nearby at the very least. That went well. That went really well. At least she really likes us now. 100 like. So, oh, that's so pathetic. Look at the poor pony. Oh, I suppose now we must be merciful and at least listen to it. Fortunately, we have 2 eyes, so it will be fine. Well, I'm glad we listened and glad you persisted. So there's something to those old prophecies after all. I shouldn't wonder. Big-headed battle mages don't pay attention to the Lady Azura's potence as they should, and you are the foretold Neravarine. Well then, you shall be our Hortator. You have my vote, and my blessings, and the scroll. It will come handy in where you're going. Scroll of Summoned Golden Saint. Thank you. That's, I will not bother you with more of my manly presence, okay? Belisaretti will be taking his leave. And a few books that you so graciously gave to me from your tower, I'm sure. Okay, bleeding worked this time. Fell into one-eyed. Yeah, I guess we lost that time. Strong, independent, dumber woman with 40 cards. Well, at least she named us the Hortator now, so I guess that's a good ending, sorta.
Okay, I'm listening.
Don't turn to me anymore, please. So, would I somehow be able to get that? But that was the manly pose was fun though. That much we can easily say. Ooh. This might be able to somehow work. It's kind of unlikely, at least without some chameleon stuff, but maybe we can somehow make that work. Maybe I can use the Kaiusi's spells or some sus. Then that is only that, so that will not help me in any more ways for sure. Doesn't seem that I'm sneaky enough at all. Well, especially when you're just turning again towards me into that direction. I needed you to be elsewhere, God's sakes. Not turn towards me again immediately. Well, that ruined everything. Nope.
Not today.
I'm sometimes in sneak and sometimes not still, which is kind of surprising and funny. But I shouldn't try to take this book. It's just that I don't remember this in the future easily. Then that this is the book that we have not actually read. I would need to write that down because that's a name that I will so forget that we haven't read it before. Okay, you hopefully will get some good tea. And yeah, take your manliness elsewhere where it's actually appreciated. So 2,920 Heartfire. Maybe I'll take this paper, and maybe I will have it here. Maybe I will remember that at least I've written one book here down, which we need to read at some point in the future. Or should I really read it right now? Maybe I should just read it now, so we can get it over with. Yeah. So 2920 hard fire. Fine. It's 20 pages book, but maybe it will be an interesting story. Confused. Why are you confused, Jim Jim? Oh, because Tayun does. We appreciate your manhood, kid. This is the kind of stream where men turn to women and vice versa, so it's kind of is clearly. We'll do it live, yes. Yes. Well, I was referring to the earlier Ash of God stream where apparently men turned to ladies. Oh, you're confused because you are Jim Jim. I'm sure it's just not that. I'm sure. But anyways, okay. Heartfire, Book 9 of 2920, the last year of the First Era, by Karlovac Tanaway. To Heartfire, 2920, Gideon Blackmarsh even. The Empress Travia. Why did I say Travia when it's Tavia? Well, anyways, the Empress Tavia lay across her bed. A hot late summer wind she could not feel banging the shutters of her cell to and fro against the iron bars. Her throat felt like it was on fire, but still she sobbed uncontrollably, wringing her last tapestry in her hands. Her wailing echoed throughout the hollow halls of Castle Giovis, stopping maids in their washing and guards in their conversations. One of her women came up the narrow stairs to see her mistress, but her chief guard, Zook, stood at the doorway and shook his head. She just heard that her son is dead, he said quietly. I didn't notice to say it quietly, but okay, so her son is dead. Empress Tavia's son is dead. Vive Heartfire 2920, the imperial city Cyrandil. So a few days afterwards. Your Imperial Majesty, said the potent Versitu Sheye through the door. You can open the door. I assure you, you're perfectly safe. No one wants to kill you. Yeah, no one ever wants to kill the Emperors, no. Mara's blood, came the Emperor Reman III's voice, muffled, hysterical, tinged with madness. Someone assassinated the prince, and he was holding my shield. They could have thought he was me. So, are you more worried that the prince was assassinated, or more worried that they were maybe trying to kill you, Emperor Reman III? I kind of have the feeling that it's the latter, as in that you were worried that they actually were after you with the assassination attempt. So, we have quite a lot of manliness here. Felen Sareti is also very manly, so I'm not sure. Yes, plenty of reasons to be confused. Yes, only ladies in the chat as well. 80 years to live, that's quite a long time. At least if it's still 80 years now, as in the age we are at plus 80 years. I don't know where Dr. House's phone number would be. He lived for hundreds of years so far. Yeah, manly men, I mean ladylike ladies, yes. Hundreds younglings try 200 milliards. You're certainly correct, Your Imperial Majesty, replied the potentate, expunging any mocking qualities from his voice while his black-slitted eyes rolled contemptuously. And we must find and punish the evildoer responsible for your son's death. But we cannot do it without you. You must be brave for your empire. There was no reply. At the very least, come out and sign the order for Lady Rija's execution, quoth the potentate. Let us dispose of the one traitor and assassin we know of. A brief pause, and then the sound of furniture scraping across the floor. Reman opened the door just a crack, but the potentate could see his angry, fearful face and the terrible mound of ripped tissue that used to be his right eye, despite the best healers in the Empire. It was still a ghastly souvenir of the Lady Risha's work in Turso Fortress. If it wasn't Lady Risha, I would have thought that that must have been that he was doing the same as we did just before, and this lady would have wanted his eyes. I really thought that would have been the case, but apparently not. Hand me the order, the Emperor snarled. I'll sign it with pleasure. So then the next day, 6th Heartfire, 2920, Gideon Surrendil. The strange blue glow, the will of the wisp, a combination, so she'd be told, of swamp gas and spiritual energy, had always frightened Tavia, and she looked out her window. And now it seemed strangely comforting. Beyond the bog lay the city of Gideon. It was funny, she thought, that she had never stepped foot in its streets, though she had watched it every day for 17 years. Can you think of anything I've forgotten? She asked, turning to look back onto the loyal Kotringi Zook. Humor police. Kid doing these voices again. I'm trying to a degree, but I'm not doing them that greatly. Just a little bit of a voices, you know. I know exactly what to do, he said simply. He seemed to smile, but the Empress realized that it was only her own face reflected in his silvery skin. She was smiling, and she didn't even realize it. Who is talking? Make certain you aren't followed. No. Make certain you aren't followed, she warned. I don't want my husband to know where my gold's been hiding all these years. And do take your share of it. You've been a good friend. The Empress Tavia stepped forward and dropped from sight into the mist. Zook replaced the bars on the tower window and threw a blanket over some pillows on her bed. With any luck, they would not discover her body on the lawn until morning, at which time he hoped to be halfway to Morrowind. So, discover her body on the lawn. I'm like, dropped from the side into the mist. So did she kill herself? Zook nonetheless would have allowed that then, but did she actually escape or did she just want to kill herself? I guess just kill herself, because if we are talking about maybe finding the body in the lawn. So, anyways, the guard is fleeing. Kid voices are great. What are you talking about? It's good to have voices, and Kid's voices are fun for sure. At least some of them. I'm here only for Kid voice. Don't tell them and find a friend. And find a friends. So, voices are good, but all of my other gameplay is bad. Good to know, Platonis. Good to know. It's too easy. Too easy to say so. Too easy to just take that apart. Just saying. Night Heartfire 2920, Phrygia's High Rock. The strange trees on all sides resembled knobby piles crowned with great bursts of reds, yellows, and oranges, like insect mouths caught fire. And the Frotkarian mountains were fading into the misty afternoon. Durala marveled at the sight, so alien, so different from Morrowind, and she plodded the horse forward into an open pasture. Behind her, head nodding against his chest, Cashier slept, cradling Bosriel. For a moment, Durala considered jumping the low painted fence that crossed the field, but she thought better of it. Let Cashier sleep for a few more hours before giving him the reins. As the horse passed into the field, Durala saw the small green house on the next hill, half hidden in forest. So picturesque was the image, she felt herself lull into a pleasant half-sleeping state. A blast of a horn brought her back to reality with a shudder. Gashier opened his eyes. "Where are we?" he hissed. "I don't know," Durala stammered, wide-eyed. "What is that sound?" "Orcs," he whispered. "A hunting party. Head for the ticket quickly." Durala trotted the horse into the small collection of trees. Gashier handed her the child and dismounted. He began bullying their backs off next, throwing them into the bushes. A sound startled them, a distant rumbling of footfall, growing louder and closer. Turala climbed off carefully and helped Kassur unburden the horse. All the while, Bosriel watched open-eyed. Turala sometimes worried that her baby never cried. Now, she was grateful for it. With the last of the luggage off, Kassur slapped the horse's rear, sending it galloping into the field. Taking Turala's hand, he hunkered down in the bushes. "With luck," he murmured, "they'll think he's wild or belongs to the Warm, and won't go looking for the rider." As he spoke, a horde of orcs surged into the field, blasting their horns. Turala had seen orcs before, but never in such abundance. Never with such bestial confidence. Roaring with delight at the horse and its confused state, they hastened past the timber where Kassur, Turala, and Bosriel hid. The wildflowers flew into the air at their stampede, powdering the air with seeds. Turala tried to hold back a sneeze, and though she succeeded. One of the orcs heard something though, and brought another with him to investigate. That can be a problem. Hello, Axer Thunderwolf also. Welcome to the stream, and hopefully you have had a good week and everything. And her shot with brutal. This woman too funny, I can't take anymore. You find this body on lawn later. Good. For some reason I thought insect said incest. At first maybe, I've just been playing too much Crusader Kings 2. Well, it would have been fitting enough, in that sense. Maybe. But, yeah, they're kinda close, insect and incest, but, yes, and very good intro into the chat for sure. But yes, howdy partner. Crusader Kings 2 is a great game. Well, I played Crusader Kings 1 more back in the day, but Crusader Kings 2 of course has improved over the first game. Haven't played it nearly as much as I should have. Kiddo is happy when talking about my death. Good. Well, after all, you're still writing here, so it's not like you can be very dead. So, just saying, Platonis. Okay. Maybe she's just happy about finding your body. Maybe Vissinekku. What are these discussions? That is a good question. Anyways. Kassur quietly unsheathed his sword, mustering all the confidence he could. His skills, such as they were in spying, not combat, but he vowed to protect Turala and her babe for as long as he could. Perhaps he would slay this too, he reasoned, but not before they cried out and brought the rest of the horde. Suddenly, something invisible swept through the bushes like a wind. The orcs flew backwards, falling dead on their backs. Turala turned and saw a wrinkled crone with bright red hair emerge from the nearby bush. "I thought you were going to bring him right to me," she whispered, smiling. "Best come with me." The three followed the old woman through a deep crevasse of bramble bushes that ran through the field towards the house on the hill. As they emerged on the other side, the woman turned to look at the orcs feasting on the remains of the horse. A blood-soaked orgy to the beat of the multiple horns. Poor horse. "That horse yours?" she asked. When Kassur nodded, she laughed loudly. "That's rich meat, that is. Those monsters will have a bellyaches and flatulence in the morning. Serves them right." "Shouldn't we keep moving?" whispered Turala, unnerved by the woman's laughter. Turala was the woman. "Shouldn't we keep moving?" whispered Turala, unnerved by the woman's laughter. "They won't come up here," she grinned, looking at Bosriel, who smiled back. "They're too afraid of us." Turala turned to Kassur, who shook his head. "Witches, am I correct in assuming that this is old Parapin's farm, the home of the Skeffington's coven?" You are, Pet, the old woman giggled querulously. Pleased to be so infamous. I am Minister Skeffington. What did you do to those orcs? Asked Durala. Back there in the thicket. Spread first, right side to head, Minister said, continuing to climb up the hill. Ahead of them was the farmhouse grounds, a well, a chicken coop, a pond, women of all ages doing chores, the laughter of children at play. The old woman turned and saw that Durala did not understand. Don't you have witches where you come from, child? None that I know of, she said. There are all sorts of wielders of magic in Tamriel, she explained. The psychics turn magic like it's their painful duty. The battle mages in the army, on the other hand, end of the scale hurl spells like arrows. We witches commune and conjure and celebrate. To fell those orcs, I merely whispered to the spirits of the air, Amaro, Pina, Dalata, the fingers of Gunaret, and the breath of the world, with whom I have an intimate acquaintance, to smack those bastards dead. You see, conjuration is not about mind, or solving riddles, or agonizing over musty old scrolls. It's about fostering relations, being friendly, you might say. Well, we certainly appreciate you being friendly with us, said Gashir. As well you might. Your kind destroyed the orc homeland 2,000 years ago. Before that, they never came all the way up here and bothered us. Now let's get you cleaned up and fed. With that, Ministra led them into the farm and Durala met the family of the Skeffington Coven. Then the 11th Heartfire 2920, the Imperial City Srondil. Yes, get at things. Yeah, we can do the co-op play of Crusader Kings at Crusader Kings too at some point, Sare. Platonis, yeah, basic stuff. I don't really know if this has anything to do with incest, so... I mean, the Zoroastrians in Crusader Kings 2 have holy marriages with or incestuous marriages. Yeah, I guess so. I haven't played with them, but yeah. Not really exactly based on the kinkiness of it, of course. There was really a little bit other reasons for such a thing happening. So, 11th Heartfire 2920, the Imperial City Srondil. Richa had not even tried to sleep the night before, and she found the somber music played during her execution to have a soporific effect. I don't actually recognize that word, soporific. It was as if she was willing herself to be unconscious before the axe stroke. Her eyes were bound so she could not see her former lover, the Emperor. Oh, so... she was a lover of the Emperor and then tried to assassinate the Emperor. Okay. Seated before her, glaring with his one good eye. She could not see the potentate Versitu Shire, his coil neatly wrapped beneath him, a look of triumph in his golden base. She could feel, numbly, the executioner's hand touch her back to steady her. She blinched like a dreamer trying to awake. The first blow caught the back of her head, and she screamed. The next hacked through her neck, and she was dead. The Emperor turned to the potentate wearily. Oh, that's done. You said she had a pretty sister in Hammerfell named Gorda. She had a pretty sister in Hammerfell named Gorda, eh? That's all that the Emperor cares about. No wonder that people are trying to assassinate the Emperor. I haven't known about that Elder Scrolls mod for Crusader Kings 2, no. I haven't played any mods with Crusader Kings 2 for sure. Soporific unettava, okay. I didn't recognize that one. Sleeping pills or rahibonol, alrighty. I gotta try to remember it in the future. I gotcha though. Thanks for the info. I definitely don't know all the words in English nonetheless. It's still not my mother tongue after all. Like, pretty much anyone who listens to me can understand and recognize pretty quickly. It's definitely not my mother tongue, so... Then quite a few days later on again, 18th Heartfire 2920. Twinnen Hyrock. The horse that witches had sold him was not as good as his old one, Cassier considered. Spirit worship and sacrifice and sisterhood might be all well and good for conjuring spirits, but it tends to spoil beasts of burden. Still, there was little to complain about. With the dumber woman and her child gone, he had made excellent time. Ahead were the walls surrounding the city of his homeland. Almost at once, he was set upon by his old friends and family. How went the war? Cried his cousin, running to the road. Is it true that Vivek signed a peace treaty with the prince, but the emperor refuses to honor it? Okay, that would explain also some reason for assassination attempts. That's not how it was it? Asked a friend, joining them. I heard that the dumber had the prince murdered and then made up a story about the treaty, but there's no evidence for it. Isn't there anything interesting happening here? Cassier laughed. I really don't have the least interest in discussing the war or Vivek. You missed the procession of the Lady Gorda, said his friend. She came across the bay with full entourage and then east to the Imperial City. But that's nothing. What was Vivek like? Asked his cousin eagerly. He's supposed to be a living god. If Shigurath steps down and they need another god of madness, he'll do, said Cassier haughtily. And the woman? Asked the lad, who had only seen dumber ladies on very rare occasions. Cassier merely smiled. Durala Skeffington flashed into his mind for an instant before wading away. She would be happy with this coven, and her child would be well cared for. But they were part of the past now, a place and a war he wanted to forget forever. Dismounting his horse, he walked into the city, chatting of trivial gossip of life on the Iliac Bay. Okay, well, that was kind of a... I feel that there would need to be continuation to that story. Maybe there is somewhere more Heartfire books, but that didn't seem to really come to a proper end in that book, I'd say. Yay, Saret didn't recognize that word either, yay! You don't know all the words? Wait, yeah, I don't either. Yeah, apparently, yes, so American I am. Hey, that's good. I'm totally fine with that, Platonis. Never heard of that word before myself, but yeah, I'm in shock you don't know every word. Yes, so shock. Okay, so you probably also just googled the answer or Google Translate for that word. Did most then hear that word before or not? We might have read some other books of this series already, yes, but it's difficult to put them all together when you have to be finding like one book from time to time of it. How unfortunate.
So what
Need
do
to
you
find...
want?
I don't want anything anymore from here. I got what I needed. Just to punish you, wedding will be soon after board game party. Yes, Platonis, for sure there will be. For sure, Whis. What would be a good way to go? I guess I can just drop down from here. And then be jumping across into this direction. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Okay, where do we want to be heading next is the next question. So, anyways, if I look into Telvanni and Telvanni Hortator again. Let's see where we would be going next. Yeah, quickly just translated. Happened to have it ready from earlier. Good, Vissinekuten, thank you. Board game wedding, I don't like your sarcastic tone, young lady. Well, I don't really look for a wedding necessarily even ever, so it's kind of necessary to be then a sarcastic tone. Is that wedding board game very strategic? Yeah, that's a good question. Is it a very strategic game, that wedding board game, or what is it about exactly? I think I would have known it from context maybe, but definitely I couldn't have come up with it from just my own vocabulary. But yeah, that's a good question. If it's a very good strategic game, then maybe. Yeah, Game of Life. Not sure about that. That's not a very good answer in my books, but anyhow. So, Master Nelot has been convinced, and so has been Mr. Dratha. Then Mr. Sterana, who is indeed losing her mind, which is just freaking great. Del Pranora. So I need to go to Del Pranora. Board game, it's the most strategic areas, I think. Depends. Board game wedding, if you roll badly, you have to marry someone else picked at random. Great. That sounds so perfect. Can you take me straight to Del Pranora? Probably not, yeah. Let's go to Santrit Mora and have a look from there, I think. Maybe I can get from here straight into Del Pranora. Maybe. I wonder how little cash I have left. I've used quite a bit of it, usually speaking. Del Pranora. Right direction.
Make it quick, Outlander.
So I have Visse, Taito Scrap, and Sare. I love my odds. Your heart is taken. Oh yeah? Yeah, that's probably best. Nonetheless, as an idea that at least someone who is already married wouldn't be participating in that, it might be better. Just saying. At least. Easy to forget in this company, yeah. But might be better. Might be. Besides, we don't know. Maybe some more will be joining. Maybe Koneas and Scraplord would wanna be joining us too into the board games. Or maybe someone else. There's other viewers too, who might like to come and play some board games. So I'm not sure if your odds will be as good as in that count. Okay. It does seem like quite a bit of a gambling though. Quite a bit of a gambling, that game. Very gambling. Jumpity jump. Fort. Forever. Upper tower. And... yeah, this was this lovely Quamaik place where I did get this person to already kill her slave before, so I'm not sure how this will be going when we try to somehow get her to name us a Hortator. Is this the right direction? I think so. Yeah. Okay. I kind of jumped in the conversation without context again. Had to get some ice cream. No worries, Dianta. It's all good. It's good to jump into conversations after all. Let's see. Where's the levitation spells? I need... there. I don't know. This can't be... I don't know how strange. I guess if... I'm like trying to think what was the name of the guy who was playing the Crusader Kings, because I can't check it right now and it's difficult to remember exactly. How does this chat seem to you as someone who is new into here anyways? I'm sometimes wondering, how does this chat and stream come, or how do they come across to someone who is new? I don't know. It's a very interesting question to me, however, very much so. Was this the right place? Not sure. Maybe I can kind of go up even more somewhere. No, there you are. Just burning the books. Why are you burning the books? Why must you do such a thing? At least it's nothing that interesting. At least only Pilgrim's Path burning there. So I guess it's fine if you wanna burn the Pilgrim's book. Not my only sin though, is it not, Dionda? This chat was okay and dandy, now I'm here and it all got shit, sorry. They'll run off pretty quick, I imagine. That's kind of something that I'm slightly afraid of, if that happens, so... You have a diamond embedded into your share. Interesting. Anyways, Terana, I would need to be named the Hortator of the Telvanni house.
It's a steel box, of course. You keep things like bitter green roots in it. Keep them fresh with a little netch blood. Or is that a horror? Mandor. Yes, or spiders in the box. Spider eggs. Keep them fresh with net's blood. You wouldn't have any with you, eh? Spider eggs? Nice, rest one. So, go ahead. Show me the Hortator. Hormador? You got it with you? Always happy to get some fresh spider eggs. Spiders? When I was much younger, we grew our own spiders.
Listen politely.
In Hormador's big ones needed and big for the spiders. What? Spiders? You listen, spiders. That's what I said. Big ones, so you need a big Hortator. Ours was steel with silver blading. Gear Joe used to polish it. Cute little kitty. Had it since it was a pity kitty. Come now, of course. Drop dead. They get old and you have to get a new one. Never quite as good as the old ones, of course, but what can you do? Oh, there you are. Felisaretti. What was your name again? Are you listening to me?
Continue to listen politely. Yes, I am listening to you.
Mistress Terana continues to shatter amiably with no sign of stopping. Still, looks like she could go on forever.
Stubbornly continue to listen politely.
Yes, indeed. Sustained as she is by the necromantic arts, it may be that she can in fact go on forever, shattering amiably, without stopping. Ever. I have to test it now. Absolutely.
Yes. Strut Thunderwolf. I'll call you Thunderfoot because the X and S are, I don't remember in the fort, so yeah. That is how you think of the chat too? Question mark. But on the other hand, today is 14 people watching Morrowind. Interesting. Yeah, maybe it's your chat that they are watching. Game or kid voice acting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Hello also Plurisian 2640. It's very hard to see your name actually on the white background when it's so blue. I'm not sure. Uldisium. Maybe Uldisium. We're classy individuals, aren't we? Yes, everyone is very classy. Some people have good taste. But yes, welcome to you too, Uldisian. As said, it's very difficult to actually see that name from the white background, but welcome to the stream as well. Hopefully you have had a good week. This voice acting though, well, I'm glad you at least enjoy the voice acting. Even the game makers couldn't be bothered filling out the latest shit set. Woman under shit set, Platon is saying. The voice acting is always on point. I'm glad you go through so much trouble to do them, especially with Morrowind, since it has a lot of voice acted text. Yeah, okay, true, yeah, of course, but I try to do my best with it. It's not always going to be fabulous or some such, but as such, like I said, we used to play games with Sare back in the day. We always made some sort of a voice, but usually it was like she made half of the character voices and then I made half of the character voices and whatever, however they would need to be, so that we would read them together, all the text and so on, so that they would actually be chatting along the way. So in that sense, it's something I've done forever. So it's just normal. You're just meditating when they talk, but I have to listen. Stubbornly continue to listen politely. Mr. Serena continues to chatter amiably with no signs of stopping. She looks like she could go on forever. Yes, indeed. Sustained as she is, yes. I just have to. I have to. Yes, indeed, ever. It's just like doing these two at the moment all the time. I have to see if there's anything new. Forever, shattering amiably. Yes, forever. I wonder, is there really no stop to this at all? Probably no. Yep, it just goes to forever, forever. Well, she certainly can chat for a long, long, long time. That's for sure. Fine, I guess I have to tell her my story actually. Does she not need to eat? Apparently not. She at least definitely can talk just as long as I can. You got the name right, well, and the week's been decent so far. Good, good to know. Odyssean. And Thunderfall, yeah. Elder Kings is really fun, like right now I'm in an immortal snow elf, legendary mage empress of the Bretonic Empire, also member of the Dark Brotherhood, and I have made the Imperial Isle and Makarat snow elf. Interesting. Maybe we should give it a try too at some point. I've never modded the Crusader Kings 2 as set, but that could be interesting. Can you convince Kidet to podcast finally? I don't know. I have a feeling whoever made her character tried to make a point. Yes, so it seems. But it's just that I would just really, really like to just get something else out of it, but I don't think there's a possibility for it. No matter how many times I would be clicking on this, I just listen forever because I don't want to be distracting her, disturbing her. Fine, fine. Tell your story and ask to be confirmed as Hortator. What? Oh, you want to be a Hortator? Certainly, go right ahead, whatever you like, I don't mind. What were you talking about? Well, I guess our journal has been updated at the very least, but goodbye then, I guess. Do you have any chores for me? Have you ever heard of the Auriel's bow? I have heard it's made of ebony and smells of boiled ash yams. No. You don't tell about Auriel's bow? No, I knew you wouldn't understand. I want a bow that smells faintly of ash yams. Okay. Tell me about this ash yams smell. Ash yams have the strongest smell in Coastgate near Rallin or Travel. Coastgate near Rallin or Travel. Okay. Gotta check that out maybe at some point. Thank you for a new shore. It's very interesting. The House of Troubles. It actually has interesting pictures. I would love to have this book just for the fact of putting it up somewhere where these pictures could be sewn like this. That could be fun. Anyways, I guess that's all from here for now. Let's just drop down and get out of here. And yeah, Terrana is kind of totally nuts. Okay, Specky, hopefully you'll back soon. Or did you already do the switcheroo? Maybe. I hope Kira was joking about talking Tismas, even my patience have its end. I don't know. Do I not? Sure, just go ahead. Yes, that's just what she says. I tried the Game of Thrones mod at some point for Crusader Kings 2, but it didn't even want to work. That's a shame, Shara. Is that even? I'm still kind of wondering why and how to fix it. That's a good question. You did her a favor. She seems to have quite a lot to talk about. Yeah, she seems to have a lot to talk about, and I assume that not many actually like to be listening to her, so... At least someone finally listened to her. Why are you looking into the wall? What's so interesting in that wall? You at least are looking at the door, even though you could also be reading some of these books that you have laying about, but you're just looking at the wall, but I guess that's interesting textures or something. I have nothing to say to you, sorry. But, just, you know, Terran's Chamber is where I came from. Why do I go back into it is a good question. So, to this side is also Terran's Chamber because I needed to go into this way, that's why. Alrighty, good. I figured it out. It is funny though, how many of all these X she has here. Just everywhere. This is the lower tower. From here I should just be able to get outside, so that should work just fine. The Telvanni. I guess we could be ending pretty soon here, the stream too, then. I think I've gotten... Well, I gotten most of the things that I need from this main island anyways. At the very least, so... Telvanni Hortator. Collector's books are, of course, beautiful. Been listening to Kid talk for the past 3 hours. I think we can be seen as good listeners. Yeah, in that sense. Though you do talk as well. Or at least write. However you should be saying that. Yeah, as us, you were chatting during this time in here. At least if you don't just lurk. Like maybe Scraplord and Koneasa might be, but I don't know if they are here or not. Maybe they're not here today. So anyways, yeah. So I have the Master Nelot done. Mistress Dratha done, Mistress Serena done, Archmaster Kotrem is the one that we still have to do something about, which is probably to kill. Like, I recommend that you kill Archmaster Kotrem. Let's see, where should this guy be about in... Attention new viewers, when she speaks about finishing stream, she talks about only this game, yes. Hey Koneasa, hello to you. Good to see you. Hopefully your week has been good. She will play new one in 10 minutes on leave. Yes. Being good listener doesn't mean not being involved, gosh. Yes, and Koneasa definitely not here. And Lurker, get lost. No, not get lost. But howdy. So where is Archmaster Kotrem? I might try to go into here still, so we are at least ready to do something with him. Did I tell you plainly? My advice is still good. Won't name you Hortator, but he'll never come out and say so. And in House Telvanni it is customary to settle disputes in this matter. Yes, but where is he? You may find him in Tel Arun. Okay. Tel Arun is then the place I need to go to find this guy. Well, I guess Tel Satrit Mora first. To try to get to Tel Arun. Not exactly sure where is the Tel Arun, but anyways, somewhere over there. Where's the boat? I'm really high up. Oh well. Jump from mushroom roof to the next seems like a good idea. Anyways. Ouch. Well, at least my acrobatics improved. There's guys there who wanna be going and trying to overrun this place. I remember that. Maybe Koneasa. I wasn't lurking long, and hey, Kiranshot. Hey, Koneasa. Nobody will believe that you've been here all this time, if not more. Yes, totally. Maybe. You've been here always. Don't you try to say that you've been here only for a short amount of time. Nobody will believe you. I can't see anything in this darkness. I really should have rested, but on the other hand, I got here now. I can get to the boat and get to the next area. Wherever exactly I need to be going. So I guess Satrit Mora first and see if I can get to Tel Arun. Lurkers and raiders scare you. Why? Okay. Koneasa was here for 4 hours and Scrub always has his tab open at 24/7. I think I might dip out so I can start my 6th playthrough. considering doing max difficulty permadeath this time. Okay, well, good luck with your 6th playthrough of the game, Odyssean. And yeah, hopefully you have fun with Morrowind. Hopefully you had fun watching at least some of my Morrowind. But yeah, I haven't ever yet played the game completely through. So I can't really give good challenges or suggestions for challenges for that reason. I need to limit myself since I know this game blindfolded. I gotcha. I played the game a lot when I was younger, but I basically always have never even gotten this far in the main quest. I have some of this other... What was it called? Tamriel Repealed Tietan here, so I need to go and at least convince some of these also, as I understand, still to be naming me as Hortator, which will definitely take some extra time for me, but yeah, I'm not good for suggestions for that simple reason. I don't know the game well enough, even if I have played it a lot back in the day, but there's so much to do that I still certainly don't know the game nearly well enough to give any such good suggestions. But yeah, good luck, have fun, Odyssean. Where are your torches, kiddo? Oh, they're somewhere in here. I have torches. No problem, here they are. Why did you ask about my torches? Well, yeah, because I could have actually equipped one, but I was thinking that I'm going to get to the daylight anyway so soon that why even worry about it for just a short moment when I'm gonna be in daylight in so shortly anyways. Destination. So Telarune is the place I wanna go. But what is the closest place to Telarune? Where was Telarune? Telmora? Yeah. Telmora doesn't help me to Telarune. Okay, it's actually right there. Okay. Right there. Okay, so maybe no boat this time around, but rather just some water walking. Hey, my alteration skill increased. Some guys wanted Cable gained succession in one of my kingdom titles. Jokes on them. I just destroyed the title. Yay, I will have a good one, yes, Odyssean. Okay, thank you for the follow, Odyssean. And hope to see you some other day then, in some other game maybe. And indeed, have fun with Morrowind. I really wouldn't want to be bothering with you, Cliffhanger, but if I must, then I must, I guess. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. Indeed. Let's just try to use some fire blast on you, I guess. Just come here, please. And indeed, have fun in Morrowind. Okay, gotcha. Good. So Telarune was right around the corner. Yes. Then we just have to be prepared to kill him, and then it will be good. Then it will be all okay. Then at least we would have all of these basic Telvanni mages who we would be able to convince to actually name us as Hortator. So that's good. And it's just like feeling that we were just here a moment ago, but because I feel that we were right here, but of course some of these places do seem pretty familiar to each other. So it was probably one of the other places that just looks pretty similar to this one. Tower entry, fine. Let's go this way. Mass genocide. Lemmings. Lemmings are a bad thing, or lemmings are in trouble for sure. Nice little trees and everything, but there doesn't really see... Well, there is a way forward in here, of course. If I just look correctly, that is. Let's just equip this for a while and use it as a way. Maybe. Why are trees so good at blocking my way up, though? Why? Okay, I made it. I wonder what books you have there. Let's see. Blue riddles.
Nice to see you, friend.
Yes, I guess nice to see you too. I didn't really spend a lot of time there, but nonetheless. Living quarters. Yeah, okay. You always have to be looking up where you can go up in this tower like thing. Okay, you're just here. It's fine. You have a grand red robe actually. I had to come and have a view on that. It's a very nice looking robe. This is a robe that I've seen many times, but this is definitely not something I've seen often. Okay, so then up and up we go very soon when I can find something nice to use as a levitation measures. Like this. Okay. Telarune. Is this the right place?
Greetings, Dumner. What can I do for you?
Not sure about it. This doesn't seem to be the right place. Nope. Well, maybe the going to Telarune from here will be getting me closer to that right place and location. If I can manage to do the jump. Okay. I think so indeed. This was indeed helping me get into the correct location. To the upper towers. I like new ropes that were added in Rebirth mod. You are so classy. Very much so. Looks very nice. There's the staircase. I could presume that's the way I need to go. Yes, I think you are the one that I am supposed to be coming and meeting. You will be a little bit of a problem because you have 2 Tremoras. I do feel that I at the very least will need my best equipment with me. Why do you not have your sword properly? Oh yeah, because that was a different sword than I meant to have equipped. This is the correct sword. And then I would like to have some more magica points, just in case. For sure. And sure, I have Restore Magica somewhere. In some place. I hope. Or I can make some potions. I hope. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I don't have any at the moment. Then I would just need to be making some of those Restore Magica potions if I wish to have some Magica. That's the only one which is 45 Magica. So that's not exactly helpful. I don't know. Do I have anything that I can actually go and do and restore Magica? No, I am going to be switching into the Ash of Gods. I was just thinking that I would love to do this one thing to the end. And then go and switch into from Morrowind into the Ash of Gods. But so we're not only doing Morrowind Flame. Yes. Next game very, very, very soon. And yeah, those people who like to watch Morrowind, it's going to be about 3 hours every Friday. Mostly at least every Friday if I don't have some reason that I'm away on Friday. So it will be continued then next Friday after when we actually switch the game. But I would like to get this one more Telvanni Hortator quest completed, which is the only reason that it's taking a little bit longer than maybe it should. But just going to have a look if I can somehow go about and do this. At least make some potions. And, well, that's at least a little bit of Restore Magica, but not a lot. Well, Data Heart does of course work, so I guess I'll make some of those. Hey, you should rest and meditate on what you have learned today. Well, maybe afterwards, at least we have done some good stuff. Maybe I'll look into that a little bit later. Maybe try the battle first. Yeah, no worries. Blame, no worries. Conjuration to 70. Yeah. But, yeah. I didn't want to do conjuration this time at least. We lost Flame. No worry, we'll get him next time. Okay, so... Gotren. I want to be Telvanni Hortator. Yes, I know what a Hortator is. Tell your story and ask to be confirmed as Hortator. No, wait, let me think. Yes, I understand perfectly. Your story makes sense, your proofs are persuasive, but a decision on such a remarkable matter is a grave responsibility, and not to be taken in haste. I will not some time to reflect and consider and to confer with the other Telvanni counselors. Leave me.
I could kill that one.
I could kill you. I need to kill you. Don't I? Can I just challenge you? Do I just have to start a fight? I wonder. That's not going to be helping me, really. Well, why doesn't the goodbye work now? What happened? Okay, of course, because the continuation still, you're still talking. Anyways, and yeah, Murderise. Hello, and welcome back to Specky as well. Very helpful enraged humanoid. Okay, well, I guess I will start with one of the Tremoras. I hate paralysis. Paralysis are the worst. Maybe I should have started with him. Did I have even cure paralysis? I'm not sure if I did. I have restore health for sure, but they won't help with the paralyze. Exactly. Paralysis are some of the most annoying things, because then you're just like, well, I can't do anything more right now then. You're also a problem though. At least you're not alone that efficient. I hate your paralysis though, but at least I'm still healing for a moment. Not anymore, but that's relatively okay. You resisted magic, woohoo! I resisted. Okay, Gotrem, you're dead. Thank you. Hey, explosive restore magicos? Definitely will take those. Like to have these two. I'm carrying almost all that I can though, so I gotta be a little bit careful with that, but that's good. You're out of the game now, so that should be what I need from this area. Anyways, just fine by me. The final lesson, Frostwall. This is also like Frostwall. It's like almost the same type of book as we were reading before. This I have probably read before, or at least started reading. Not sure about this one. Not sure. But anyways, I guess we can be ending here then. We at least took care of that. Yes, extremely helpful. Have it. Best mechanic in Morrowind. You paralyzed, no worry. Drink anti-paralyzation potion. Wait, what? Yep. How is that actually possible while you're paralyzed? That's a good question, but it's easy. Maybe you just have a ready injection of that liquid. When you get paralyzed, it will automatically be injected to you. That's probably what happens, right? But anyways, okay. Thank you everyone for watching some more of Velen Zaretti's Morrowind stumbles. We got some ways forward, but as I assume, we cannot be a Telvanni Hortator yet, as we still, and of course a lot of book readings, we still then need all the counselors from here, so that will take some time. But anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed some Morrowind for today. We will be switching over into the As of Gods in just a moment and be back with that then. Yes, one-eyed lady, pleasure, Coldfelly. You have one of those hats with drinks and drinking straw attached. Yes, indeed. But okay, thank you everyone watching here on Twitch. And later on in YouTube as well. And we will be continuing then next Friday with some more. Thank you for watching and see you next time.